Here we are with the 145-pound brackets in the North and the South for this weekend's district tournaments. And 145 pounds in the North, we have returning state qualifier Connor Eck as our 1 seed. Will Morrow from North Penn, he's a junior. He's a returning state qualifier. You have Matt Fritz, is a 3-time regional qualifier. Patrick McCoy is a senior. He's 15-2. Mo Sabradinov from Council Rock South, 15-1. Gavin Pasco, undefeated. Jake Rose, who's I think 2-time regional qualifier from Abington, and comes to an 0-1 record. We've talked about the Abington kids and what they've gone through. Senior AJ Stevenson, 9-3. Like, we got talent in this weight class. As you can see, I think Eck, Fritz, Savardinov, and Morrow win their first round matches and get into those semis. Eck beating Fritz, and Eck's only loss this year is the Hauserman, looking really good, really strong. I think Sabardinov, too, he's 15-1 in the year. I think he beats Morrow. I think he knocks off that returning state qualifier in one of the marquee wins of the year for him. I just like the way those Rock South kids wrestle at this time of year, and they do a nice job preparing them for this postseason. Given this type of year, I feel like they probably have some up their sleeve again to get their kids motivated and wrestling their best when it matters most. We see those 4 winners there, and then, we're going to drop down to those consolations. And again, this is where, you got to earn it now and get that, find that way to regionals. So Stevenson McCoy, I think McCoy wins that match and sets up a match with Morrow, who ultimately will be a little bit too much for him. Pasco and Rose, I think Rose wins, and then Rose and Fritz, I think, will be a just all-out war between those two to get to regionals, with Fritz coming out on top. I believe he's battled some injuries this year. He's missed some matches, which kind of led to, him being seated that low. But, it is what it is, and sometimes you just can't change the fact that happened. And then I think Morrow beats him for 3rd place. But again, I think it'll be another good match, one of the better 3rd place matches if it happens that way. But if that Fritz and Rose match happens, that I think it's going to be, like I said, definite battle between those 2 guys. Elder Statesman in the weight class looking to get to regionals one last time and make that run to get that, make that run, try and get to Hershey. But looking at this weight class, I think, Eck is the class of the weight class, and I think when you're looking at the finals tomorrow, I think you see Sabardinov there, but I'd be interested to see that Sabardinov-Morrow matchup if it happens. But you can't count out some of these other guys down those wrestlebacks, making some noise for themselves, because at the end of the day, and it's been said before, these are the 8 that the committee felt were the best 8 to represent. It's out of roughly 28 schools or 27 schools. I think there was one less in the North because I believe Upper Dublin was the one that backed out for postseason. So this was not just gone off power rating. It was a process in which was discussed and approved by the committee of coaches. So this is what. Given the situation we were in, the best 8 guys. So there's not like it's the league tournament. You have very different levels of competition. These are some of the best we had that District 1 has to offer in these weight classes, not just 145 pounds here in North, but all of them for that matter. So as we look, let's take a look at the 145 in the South, and this is another one where it kind of has a guy and then a bunch of other guys working for that 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place. I think Sam McMonagle in this weight class is on a level all his own. I think he is the class of this bracket. Underneath him, you have some other wrestlers and some guys that can really go. I think in this first round of matchups here, I think the Dylan LeJudas and Charlie Doss match can be a really good first round matchup, with Ludus winning. I like Andrew Luke to beat Charlie Baldassari from Westchester Rustin in that top half, and then some Central League action in that bottom quarterfinal with David Rainey and Chris Wood from Garnet Valley. Sorry, I apologize. Garnet Valley, I think Wood, with the season he's having this year, I think Wood wins. I think Wood makes his way to the finals, but ultimately to fall to Sammy McMonagle. Now, if we look at these wrestlebacks here, and again, we got guys that can make some noise. I think Garrison Baldassari, Garris getting in because Attilo from Springford was a scratch. Garris was the 9th guy. He slid into the 8th. Baldessari beating Garris. But then losing to LeJudas. Then we got Dawes versus Rainey. I think Dawes wins and beats Rainey. And then Dawes beating Luke to go to regionals in a match. I think, again, this falls this way will be a good one to watch. Dawes, the senior from Strathaven, in his last go around, making the best of it and finds his way to regionals. Although getting that 3rd place match and ultimately losing to LeJudas from Interborough, who's undefeated coming in this tournament. But like I said, I think he loses that match to Wood in the semis, to drop himself down into this lower half bracket. So there you have your top 4. Sam McMonigal, senior from Westchester Henderson, remains undefeated. Chris Wood, the junior from Garnet Valley, is your runner-up. Dylan LeJudas, the senior from Interborough, is your 3rd placer, and Charlie Dawes, another senior from Strathaven. So this weight class, as we get into higher weights, is expected some upperclassmen, but this one kind of dominated by 3 seniors, in my opinion. Making their way to the regional tournament, face off against the North next week at the Council Rock, at the Rocks, both Rocks, mile away from each other. So there'll be 2 sites next week, and it's what we got.